open sleigh. Hey!
Kia ora tamariki wā. Kia ora koutou. And welcome to Tea with Leash and Bug.
And the photographer is just holding this.
And credit to our director in the background, Emma. Yes, welcome to Tea with Leash, where we discuss interesting, important events in Aotearoa's history. Today we are focusing on Te Kingitanga, or the King's Movement. We will go over why the Kingitanga movement was established and what it is today. Joining us is Paige Rose, a historian and a knowledgeable person about the Kingitanga movement.
Mom.
She'll be joining us via satellite. So how about we get this interview started and give Paige Rose a beautiful welcoming, eh? Woo! Welcome Paige Rose. Ke te pihea koe.
Kei te Kailish, kei te pihea koe. I'm here in beautiful Lake Taupo, where one of the most important Kingitanga meetings happens.
No, I'm doing good. How about you guys? How about you, bud? Emma, you guys doing good?
Cowboy.
How about we jump on in, eh? Why was the Kingitanga movement established? Why was it needed?
The movement to establish a Māori monarch known as Kingitanga emerged following the colonisation to protect Māori land ownership and Māori constitutional autonomy. Since then, it has helped otherwise independent tribal communities together to protect their tribal identities and resources. The Māori monarch was not a new idea, but Māori had not yet been ready for unity. But as more and more land got taken away, more and more Māori were open to the idea. The model for the new idea of kingship was clearly taken from the biblical scripts, for the kingmaker, Wiremu Tamihana, himself attested to this. However, not all people agreed. A government interpreter ridiculed the idea that Māori should have a king. The Queen was a person of great possessions, a Māori king would be poor. That's where the idea for the first king, Potato, came in. He was a Māori chief of great wealth and whakapapa.
How about we go hit the streets and see what the public have to say about the Kingitanga movement? Kia ora whānau, we're out on the streets at the moment and we've just so happened to bump into Far North Ngāpuhi tribe leader David Rankin. How about we ask him on his views of Te Kingitanga movement? Leash, and thank you for having me on today. I'd like to say that the Māori king is no king of mine. We, the Ngāpuhi people, have made claims that our sovereignty was never ceded when the Treaty of Waitangi was signed. And we argue that calling the head of Tainui our Māori king undermines these claims. Thank you. Kia ora whaia, what's your views on Kingitanga and the Māori king? I'm from Tainui, the King's country, and I'm a full supporter of the Māori king because back in the rā, my tūpuna came upon hardship and the monarchy supported them with the punakai. Okay, so what does Kingitanga or the king movement look like today?
I don't know.
Kia ora Lesh, as you can see we've had to move our satellite broadcast inside as the weather outside is now pouring with rain. However, the broadcast must go on. Today, the Kingitanga movement is celebrated in a yearly tradition called Pokai. This tradition started over 150 years ago and still runs every year. The Pokai is a series of gatherings where food is at the heart. Pokai address the responsibility that those who are better off have for those in need, through the provision of food and beneath that, food security from the land's resources. At the Pokai, current events and issues affecting Māori are discussed, and these discussions are then presented to the government and the Māori Party, so that action can be taken for the better of Māori people. However, the most important reason for the continuation of Pokai ceremonies is probably to reconfirm the main reason behind the establishment of the kingitanga, namely to unite Māori people under the mana of a monarch. In this way, the Paukai upholds all the key concepts of Tiriti o Waitangi: partnership, participation, and protection.
Alright, there we have it, whānau. Kingitanga was established as a stand against the Crown to uphold the agreement made in the Treaty of Waitangi. In light of that stand, we celebrate our rights as Māori and maintaining our cultural identity. Thank you for tuning in today, whānau. That is all we have for today. I hope you've learnt something helpful, and we'll see you next week. Hey, ka kite!
Ka kite!